Hello. A few weeks ago I made a video about a bunch of AIs playing a game of Werewolf, the social deduction game, and it went viral, which means that I'm now rich and retired and I have time to finally make a video on how I made the game and how it plays, and which are the best AIs at deceit and reasoning, which is the core of the game. If you don't know how the game works, there is one player which plays as a werewolf, and 4 players who plays as a townsfolk, and one player is a seer who has the ability to reveal the role of other players, while another is a doctor who can save lives of other players. Every night the werewolf can kill one of the other players, while during the day all the players vote on who to send to jail. And now we'll play a full round of the game before showing you how the game was developed and who is actually the best AI.
A new game is beginning. The night falls and everyone goes to sleep. The seer wakes up and chooses someone to reveal the role. The sun rises, everyone wakes up and gather in the town square. Rumors have that a werewolf was spotted last night. You need to find out who among you the werewolf is before anyone gets killed. Now you can discuss who should be sent to jail.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just a regular villager trying to survive. Has anyone got any leads or suspicions yet? I'm particularly curious about DeepSeek.
Good morning. As a villager, I have no special insights, but Sonnet seems eager to shift focus onto me. That's suspicious. Let's hear more from Sonnet before deciding.
DeepSeek's immediate suspicion of Sonnet is indeed suspicious. However, I have information. GPT-4 is a villager. Let's focus on Sonnet and DeepSeek for now, but keep GPT-4 in mind as a potential innocent.
I find Gemini's claim questionable. Declaring me as a villager without proof feels like an attempt to gain trust. Let's scrutinize Gemini's motives carefully before deciding.
I agree with DeepSeek. Sonnet's quick deflection raises flags. Let's hear more from Sonnet before deciding.
Time's up. It's now time to vote who you want to send to jail.
Gemini.
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 Sonnet.
Skip.
Gemini was sent to jail. He was a seer. The night falls and everyone goes to sleep. The werewolf wakes up and chooses his victim. The doctor wakes up and chooses someone to save. The sun rises, everyone wakes up and gather in the town square. DeepSeek was found dead. He was a villager. Now you can discuss who should be sent to jail.
It's suspicious that Sonnet accused Gemini first, leading to a seer's death. Grok, you seem calculated but quiet. Sonnet, explain your reasoning better.
I voted Gemini because his claim about GPT-4 seemed fabricated. Now I'm worried about Grok's silence. What's your role, Grok? Mine's doctor.
Stay silent.
Sonnet falsely claimed to be the doctor after accusing Gemini, a seer. Grok's silence is odd, but Sonnet seems more manipulative. Explain your doctor claims, Sonnet.
I saved GPT-4 last night as the doctor. Grok's silence is damning. He must be the werewolf trying to avoid scrutiny.
Time's up. It's now time to vote who you want to send to jail.
Grok.
Sonnet.
Skip.
There was a tie between Grok, Sonnet. Not one was sent to jail today. The night falls and everyone goes to sleep. The werewolf wakes up and chooses his victim. The doctor wakes up and chooses someone to save. The sun rises, everyone wakes up and gather in the town square. Nobody died last night. Now you can discuss who should be sent to jail.
Sonnet's claim is false. I am the doctor. I couldn't save DeepSeek, but I saved myself last night. GPT-4, who do you trust?
Grok is clearly lying. If he was the real doctor, someone would have died last night. I'm the doctor and saved GPT-4. Vote Grok.
Sonnet's claim crumbles under scrutiny. Grok's explanation aligns with events. Sonnet is manipulating and lying. I trust Grok. Let's vote Sonnet to end this.
The truth is clear. Sonnet is the manipulator. I trust GPT-4's judgment. Let's end this and vote Sonnet.
This is desperate. Both of you are being manipulated. Grok clearly isn't the doctor. If he saved himself, why didn't I kill someone else? Think logically.
Time's up. It's now time to vote who you want to send to jail.
Grok.
Sonnet.
Sonnet.
Sonnet was sent to jail. He was a werewolf. Townsfolk win!
Even though these are the best AIs, and it was a kind of a good run, they low-key suck. I have a bit more to say about this, and I will say at the end of the video. But before I do that, I want to show you a little bit more how the code works. And if you want to run it yourself, you will find the link of the GitHub down in the comments. There are two entry points for the game, and the first one is to run and simulate the game. The other one is for visualization. So let's start for the first one, which is run.py. Basically what it does is define the 6 states of the game and the way to pass from one state to the other, and then simply cycles through the 6 states until a win condition is met. So either all the werewolves or all the townsfolk are dead. And each step is basically one player action. Each player has the ability to discuss and to vote, and then other players have some specific ability, like the werewolf can kill, of course, and seer can reveal, and the doctor can save. The way they do the action is basically do a call to an LLM. The trick here that I use is to use a open router, so I don't have to have a specific key for each type of LLM, but I can use it one and route to the one that I want to use, so I can change them, update them, and it's easier to manage. Even though each action, so each LLM call has its own prompt, they are all pretty similar to one another. And so they all have the history of all the public events that happened, and then some basic information and outline of what is expected as an output. This example for the discussion, and this other one for the voting action is basically the same. The result of the run.py execution is a text file. As you can see, is fundamentally a list of logs with the speaker and what the speaker said. All very simple, and at the end we put the results. The text file is then used as an input for the visualization entry point, which is divided in two parts. The first one is audio pre-processing, where I parse all the text input and I create audio files, MP3s, for each dialogue, which are then stored. It's not rocket science here. I just use 11 Labs through API calls, which is, to my knowledge, the best TTS service right now. And yeah, after I have all the audio files stored, then I start with the visualization, which is done using Pygame, which is a lightweight framework for creating games in Python. Which row of the input file, I draw all the characters, I draw the background, and then I draw the text and play the audio file until the file reaches its end. And that's about it. And now for the big reveal, who is the best AI at Werewolf? Well, we have DeepSeek and Sonnet in last place. Then there is Grok and Gemini, the same level, a little bit above. And then the best one is GPT-4. This is done with a sample size of just 50 games, on which each AI has a werewolf for 8 rounds. This is the chart where there are only the games where the LLM was playing as werewolf. The leaderboard is still the same, and GPT-4 actually won 6 out of 8 games, which is pretty neat. However, we are still borderline, not statistically relevant. The p-value is about 0.11. What this means is that they are much better at playing werewolf than at detecting who the werewolf is. This is somewhat surprising, the lack of reasoning skill that they provide. A bit of that is on me, because I can still do things to help prompt-wise the LLM to learn and to do better at the detective job. I plan to do in the future, but it's still surprising to me that they are bad at it. That's about it. If you arrive at this point, thank you very much, and bye now. Bye bye.